Have you ever wondered how something that was supposed to be temporary turns into something that just won't end? Not because of love, not because of happiness, but because it feels impossible to stop. There's a reason affairs don't fade out naturally, and it has less to do with passion than you think. Affairs matter because they don't just affect relationships, they affect the mind. People often assume affairs continue because someone is careless or selfish, but psychology tells a very different story. What really keeps affairs alive are mental loops that quietly pull people back again and again. Most affairs don't start with a plan to hurt anyone. They usually begin with small moments of connection, understanding, or feeling seen. Over time, the brain starts attaching meaning to those moments, even if the situation itself is stressful or unstable. One of the strongest mental loops is anticipation. The brain loves what it can't fully have because uncertainty releases dopamine. That rush doesn't come from being together, but from waiting, hoping, and imagining what might happen next. This is why secret messages feel more exciting than normal conversations. The brain fills in the gaps with fantasy, often making the connection feel deeper than it really is. What's imagined starts to feel more powerful than what's real. Another loop comes from emotional escape. Affairs often become a break from daily pressure, responsibility, or emotional neglect. When someone feels overwhelmed at home or unseen in their real life, the affair becomes a mental refuge. Over time, the brain starts linking relief with the other person. Stress goes down when contact happens, and that creates emotional conditioning. Even if guilt follows, the relief comes first, which reinforces the cycle. There's also the validation loop. Being chosen in secret can make someone feel special, desired, or important. That feeling can be addictive, especially for people who don't feel valued elsewhere. The mind starts telling a story like, "This person really understands me," or "I'm different to them." These thoughts strengthen attachment, even when logic says the situation is unhealthy. Another powerful loop is emotional investment. The longer an affair goes on, the harder it feels to walk away. The brain hates the idea that time, effort, and emotion were wasted. That creates a trap where staying feels easier than ending it. Instead of asking, "Is this good for me?" the mind asks, "How do I justify everything I've already done?" That shift keeps people stuck. Fear also plays a big role. Ending an affair means facing loss, guilt, and emotional withdrawal. The brain treats emotional separation similarly to physical pain, so avoidance kicks in. People often confuse this fear with love. In reality, it's the brain trying to avoid discomfort, not trying to protect happiness. The loop survives because ending feels scarier than continuing. Another mental loop is secrecy itself. Hiding something increases emotional intensity. When something has to stay hidden, the brain assigns it more importance. This is why normal relationships can feel dull next to secret ones. It's not because they lack love, but because they lack adrenaline. The affair feeds on tension, risk, and silence. Then there's the hope loop. Many people stay in affairs because they believe something will eventually change. The mind keeps focusing on future possibilities instead of present reality. Hope delays decisions. It tells the brain to wait just a little longer, one more conversation, one more moment. That delay keeps the cycle alive. The most dangerous loop is identity shift. Over time, people start seeing the affair as part of who they are. Letting go feels like losing a version of themselves. This is where the affair stops being about the other person. It becomes about self-worth, emotional survival, and meaning. Ending it feels like losing stability, even when it's causing harm. Here's the surprising truth. Affairs often continue not because they're fulfilling, but because they regulate emotions. They manage stress, loneliness, boredom, or insecurity in a fast and familiar way. Once you see this, everything changes. The affair isn't a love story, it's a coping system. And like most coping systems built on avoidance, it eventually creates more pain than relief. The real break in the loop happens when someone asks a deeper question. Instead of asking, "How do I stop thinking about them?" they ask, "What need is this filling in me?" That's the moment clarity starts. When emotional needs are named, the brain loses its illusion. The affair stops looking magical and starts looking functional, and what's functional can be replaced in healthier ways. Ending the loop isn't about willpower alone. It's about understanding how the mind got trapped in the first place. Awareness weakens the cycle more than guilt ever could. If this video helped you see affairs differently, take a moment to sit with that insight. Like the video if it gave you clarity, subscribe for more psychology-driven relationship content, and share your thoughts below. What do you think keeps people stuck the longest, desire or fear?